Previously on Phoenix Wright Dual Destinies.
Prosecutor Blackwell, what has become of our witness Aristotle Means? He's dead.
And now back to listening to people. Hello! This is NicoB, back with some more Phoenix Wright Dual Destinies. When we last left off, we completed case 3 of the game, and it was a pretty good case, I think. At least compared to the first 2 cases of this game. Definitely way better than the second case was. I definitely saw some pretty mixed opinion about it, though, from you guys. Some of you guys said, oh, I really liked it a lot. Others said, not so much. I think the main criticism I saw was that the villain was kind of weak. I think I agree to an extent. I think when he, like, came out of his shell and it was like, you guys pointed out when he took his hair and he poofed it up like that, it turned into like a Spartan helmet. I didn't really get that. I didn't know what he was doing with his hair. But I think when he like that turned to that phase is when he became more interesting, you know? Because up to that point, all he'd been doing is just spouting, you know, ends justify the means again and again and again and again. So that was a little beaten to death, I think. And also just how really unsubtle I feel like it was. It wasn't, I mean, while they didn't at least tell us at the beginning, like, who, like the first 2 cases, that who the bad guy was gonna be, it was still pretty fucking obvious it was gonna end up being him. Especially in a case like this. And if you've played enough games or read enough stories, when you have an instance like this where it seems like it can only be these 3 people, it's very likely not gonna be those 3 people. It's the one you quote-unquote wouldn't expect, but in this case, like I said, they laid it on pretty thick. They're the guy with such a fundamentally flawed sense of thinking would end up being a bad guy. But I thought overall the execution of it was still pretty good, and I think you guys said as the game goes on, the cases tend to get better and better. So, and a lot of you guys said you think the last 2 cases are some of the best of the game. So good, it's got me excited. So I'm curious now if we're gonna have finally reached the present now. I'm betting we have, just based on the way we ended the last one, where it was like, Apollo, why did you leave us? Why, you prick? I'll be curious if Juniper shows up anymore in the game. I hope she does, because I think she's cute. And I want to see her and Apollo just fucking do it by the end of this game. It'd be fucking awesome. Because that doesn't happen enough in video games, in my opinion, alright? People shit people, but nothing ever fucking happens. But anyway, the Cosmic Turnabout, Trial Day 1. Let's get... Wait. Trial? wait a minute. We're going right to the trial? That's unusual. What? That's really bizarre. That is definitely off the beaten path. That's got me interested already. You should only see that on the first case of any ranked game. Or maybe we're investigating, well, in the trial or something. The courtroom bombing incident. Terrible attack. Launched by the will of a madman. Fuck that guy. Tutorial guy. That incident perfectly symbolized the state of the legal world in this dark age of the law. The law! Mr. Wright brought it to resolution, of sorts. But not me. New renegade Apollo Justice. Detonate was discovered to be the one responsible for the bombing. Because, duh. If only it were that simple. Somehow I can't help but think. Was he just a fucking pawn? He wasn't the true mastermind. That there's a darker influence at work. One that's lurking in the shadows, waiting, watching. That's why I want to review the trial that was taking place when the bombing occurred. After all, I've got more than a few personal stakes in it.
Oh, okay. No, so we're still going back a little, not quite there yet. This is gonna be the trial just before that bomb went off and blew us to fucking Kingdom Come. Oh yeah, gonna get wrecked. I can't wait. Well, space. It's really, really, holy shit, Google Mappy.
Check.
You know what? I changed my mind, actually. I don't want to go to space anymore.
Check complete. Everything's A-okay. We're ready here whenever you are.
Oh, boom! Speaking of explosions.
Come in at 2. Come in. Do you copy?
Report! Ow! We're done having trials on Earth. We're gonna do this in space now, baby. Oh, dead. Oh, ow! Fuck! Okay, unless the knife just coincidentally got exploded into me. I'm pretty sure that wasn't an accident. December 16, 9:12 a.m. Just record family number 5.
Time for another trial to begin. It looks like we're back from my perspective. My cherished attorney's badge. Just putting it on makes me feel ready. I am so freaking ready.
Taryn's autopsy report. Cause of death, stabbing. The victim was discovered on the 3rd floor boarding lounge in the main building.
Okay, here's all my goofy people. Oh, hello.
Clay Turan. The victim in this case, he was a Hat 2 crew member and a close friend of mine. Oh, no! Oh, that's... Oh, is that the jacket? I think it is. I don't know. I can only see the collar, but I remember the one that Apollo was wearing had a popped up collar like that. Oh, so that must be the buddy he's been talking about.
He was part of faux NASA. But this one is different.
I'm sorry to bother you, but... Oh, no! Hey, Junie!
Are you alright, Apollo?
Ah! Was I making a scary face just now? Oh, hey, I like your new hair.
I'm sorry, but after seeing her, like, how she looked before, she goes from that to these big, funny little pigtails. Oh my god, it's so funny. Oh, actually, it's really, she has a pine cone for a pin on her lapel there.
I ship us so hard. Oh, hi, Juniper. Yes, I'm fine! I was just doing my cards and steel exercises. Now I'm all ready to go.
Yes, knowing you, I'm sure you'll be just fine. Oh, I brought you a present from my garden.
Is this a lotus root?
That's right. My grandma says lotus root is good for your eyes.
Thank you. You filled my insides with cocoa butter.
She even says that if you look through the holes, it can help you see into the future.
Wow.
Just for good luck, maybe later you can cook it, and then afterwards we can make babies together.
Thanks for this. I'm gonna have some right now.
Oh my!
Kind of tough though. Oh yeah, I chipped a tooth.
Can't eat it raw, but thank you for the enthusiastic try.
Oh my god. I like characters like Junie. They just make me feel all warm and fuzzy, and they're just so fucking cute. Fuck. It's kind of like, I think horror's kind of like her too.
Oops, she didn't think me where before. She will now. I've gotta calm down.
Are you kidding me? She fucking, look at her! Do you see what she's knitting, dude? She wants you so bad, Apollo. Just, come on. Don't play the stupid, love disinterested protagonist like every fucking anime in existence. Oh, they're like, I don't know. Does she like me? No, fuck, she's right there. She's like,
Hey, you and me behind that dumpster right here, right now.
and they'll be like, I don't know. Does she like me? Is she okay with me? I don't know. I'm too busy saving the world for us to do that.
Apollo!
Ah!
Get your head out your penis. I'm sorry I'm late. Hi, Theta. Oh, look at your little pigtails. Junie, I didn't know you were coming today. Did you come to cheer Apollo on? Oh, I get it. You sly little thing, you. Ha! Ha! Theta, stop.
Well, what are you guys talking about?
God, see, that show right there, Apollo. Don't say that.
Quit kidding around, Athena. I don't know what it is you mean, but trial starts any second. Is everything all set?
Oh, Apollo, when will you ever figure it out?
No!
Figure what out?
No! Damn it! No! Nico said jokingly, but then Apollo actually says it? Fuck me! No! Oh my god. Oh, no. Oh my god! I was like, what the oh, never mind. The moment I saw the GH at the end, I was like, nope, it's somebody else. Not me.
Wow, that was the longest sigh I've ever heard.
Oh. This is it, dude. It's all up for me, bro. Am I gonna get the Larry voice? I even look kind of like Larry. They're gonna find me guilty, bro.
The fuck is on your head? Is that your hair? Why is it like a red little cone? This is our client, one Mr. Solomon Soul Starbuck. Solomon, or the SS. Solomon, I don't know. I don't hear the pun. It is a rather funny sounding name though. He's a very famous astronaut who happens to be an acquaintance of mine. You wouldn't know right now, but he's usually a very upbeat and driven person. Is he gonna be my Larry? The scene of the crime at this time happened to be the Cosmos Space Center. Back in high school, my best friend and I went there almost a little too much. But that's where we met Mr. Starbuck. We'd ask about space travel, and he launched into story after story with so much passion. Back in those days, the man was 100% my hero. Now he's just fucking loser.
Are you sure you're okay with being my lawyer, Apollo?
Of course I'm sure. I know you, Mr. Starbuck. I know you're not the type to commit murder.
Thanks, but... I don't know. I don't know if Larry's quite right for this guy, though. I was supposed to be in space right about now. That might work. I don't know. Just something a little deeper.
You're not doing it right, Astro boy. So depressed. Almost seems like an act. The launch getting called off must have been a huge shock.
If that's really his friend, though, Apollo's friend, fuck me. I kind of figured he'd be like... like, the best friend that he's been talking about nonstop, he would be like, oh my god, in serious mourning. Maybe he is, but he's... But then again, I guess he did kind of walk off on us at one point, so... And it probably has something to do with this, so... I'm sure he probably is.
I'll probably never get the chance to go into space again. Don't say that! Don't stop believing! Besides, you have to go into space again.
Yeah, I don't think I could face Clay in the afterlife if I just rotted away in a cell.
Clay Terrain. Wow, we're not even trying anymore. I can't believe he was murdered. Okay, now that was an obvious pun. I mean, he was such a promising astronaut under your command.
Yeah, he was a good guy. Always there to pick me up when I was down. No one loved life as much as him, that's for sure. He was always so full of energy, telling me, "You're fine, Mr. Starbuck." How could something like that let happen to a guy like him, huh? Nobody deserves to die from stabbing.
I've never seen Mr. Starbuck so down.
Maybe he's just yawning. I'm not sure anymore.
Clay's gone, and I'm going to prison. I'm just gonna burn up like a shooting star right now.
Mr. Starbuck, you'll be fine!
What is it? What's with the yelling?
I'll get to the bottom of this today, you'll see. In exchange, I want you to go back into space for you and Clay, promise?
Does this mean you have lots of evidence to prove my innocence?
Oh, well, about that. You see, I actually haven't done any investigation yet. We just kind of hopped right into this shit. We didn't get to investigate the area as much as I'd liked, thanks to the police.
I'm done for. I'm a goner. I'm so fucking fucked.
Everybody thinks I did it.
Thought I was gonna soar like a comet, but I've just come crashing, gonna crash like a meteor.
No, don't say that, Mr. Starbuck. Please, we got through a case full of nautical puns, and then a case where all we talked about was the ends justify the means. Please don't start with the intergalactic metaphors.
Don't count yourself out yet.
I know it's hard to lose a teammate, but you gotta keep going.
I don't know, maybe this isn't his friend then. Or maybe someone he knew, but...
And what about you,
Oh no, here we go.
What about you, Paulo?
What about me?
Just thinking, wasn't Clay your best friend? Your bestest friend in the whole world?
No, okay, that's him. We need to focus on the trial right now. Are you all ready to go? Because Lord knows I'm ready.
Paulo!
Bottling up all up inside, aren't I? Trial's about to begin. Get your sexy, spiky ass in here, Apollo. The defense would please proceed in the courtroom.
Okay, here we go! I'm ready to punch stuff!
This is it. This is one trial I can't afford to lose. I don't care what Blackwell says, I'm letting loose all the lasers I've got held up inside me. For Clay's sake and our clients, I will find the killer. Clay's killer. Nobody kills Clay Terrain and gets away with it.
Nobody.
December 16th, 9:55 a.m. District Court, court number 4. I said you were defendant lobby number 5, and now we're courtroom number 4. What the fuck? Doesn't make any goddamn dumb sense. Anyway, of course, now it's just for the trial of Solomon Starbuck. God, we reached the present yet? No, we're still fucking flashback? Man, where are we on this timeline anyway?
Okay, so we started with the first case, but the first case was actually the last case, and then we went to case 2 and 3 and 4. And
But did that DLC case count?
I don't know, it was a canon, maybe. You had to pay extra money though for it.
Extra money in my ass. Fucking Capcom just trying to jip me out of extra $5.
Defense is ready. You're all. Oh, what the hell am I doing? What? Hey, I thought I got this after the whole fucking courtroom blew up. Wait, is it after that? Or maybe I just felt like being a pirate today.
Excuse me, Mr. Justice.
Yes, Your Honor.
What happened to your eye?
Ugh! I'm fine. Defense is ready, Your Honor. Did I actually hurt my eye? No! I won't be able to unleash the full brunt of my fucking lasers with this thing over my face.
Are you sure? I don't...
Ugh! Fine, Your Honor. Defense is ready. You're telling me I already had an injury before I even got blown to bits in the by that fucking bomb? Damn!
Oh, all right, Jesus.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. He's been like this since yesterday. He keeps insisting it's just a sty.
This is my best friend's band-aid. I'm gonna wrap it around my face to give me power. Still got his fucking blood on it, too.
All right, it's kind of weird, but okay, whatever floats your boat, bro. That's 33, all right. Suppose something he doesn't want to discuss. Maybe he's entering a touchy age.
Going in my emo phase. God, you see how fucking angry I look?
You're calling your badass face. Farewell to the prosecution.
Oh, really? Do I have to do this one too? Oh, Lord. And then after this, we're gonna have a fucking tutorial case with that Max Payne guy. Who wants to deal with that? Oh, wait, no, it's actually his brother or some shit. Fuck. Why am I even here anymore?
Prosecution appears to be ready, I guess. I don't know anymore.
Silence! Silence! Shut up, old man! I'm just gonna break out of these chains right from the get-go. Not yet. I'm not quite ready yet.
What? Huh? Wait, really?
There we go, right off the bat. And, yeah, I'm just getting kind of tired of pretending I can't break out of these any time I want.
Oh God! Already! Oh, there's the bomb crate.
That thing's gonna kill us later. Prosecution is now ready. Come, Taka.
Ah!
Yes, good.
Well, it didn't take him long this time.
He's just like, fuck it. Yeah, he's ready like I'm ready. Look at this face. What's up with Black Will?
Now then, I shall give the opening statement, I guess. God, wait. I know at some point he's just gonna decide to kill us all, you right? I mean...
Silence! Silence!
What? What did I do wrong?
I'll do it.
Well, why did I expect a surprise? Oh, God, thank you.
This time I can't leave it to anyone else.
I see. Something is off with the two of you today.
Am I finally fighting a worthy foe? Is that what he's... Mace acknowledging Apollo's fucking demon power at last. I acknowledge that you're actually one of the X-Men.
You both seem different somehow. All right, enough of the ellipses. Railroad Prosecutor Blackwell, your opening statement if you would.
It was just yesterday. The crimes in question occurred at the Cosmos Space Center.
Ah, that famous federal research facility of all things related to astrology, right?
Astronomy. It's astronomy. Anyway, a rocket was set to launch from there. But at 9:28 a.m., before they could even move the rocket to the launch site, boom goes the dynamite. Which Taka will reenact for you all by playing dead right here.
Oh, very good.
Well, I can do tricks. It's amazing. Yes, good, Taka. Good. Here, have some shrimp. He likes shrimp for some reason. Anyway, 2 explosive devices were detonated and the launch was canceled.
My word, 2 bombs? God, I hope another one doesn't blow up in my face in about 5 minutes. How dreadful!
The defendant in today's trial is charged with both the bombing and with the murder. One Mr. Solomon Starbuck. For whatever inane reason, he detonated a bomb in the rocket he himself would be in.
Solomon Starbuck? I recognize that name! Isn't that a famous astronaut? He's the one who went to the moon!
That was Neil Armstrong, you idiot. You're correct, your baldness. Mr. Starbuck was the pilot of the Hat 1 rocket 7 years ago.
God, it seems like everything's always 7 years ago in these games.
As you may recall, despite some interstellar trouble, his mission was a success. Some say it was a miracle he returned alive. I suppose you could say he's a living legend.
Oh, I remember now. He's become something of an international celebrity, right? God, he's smoking hot. Look at that thing. I've heard they made a movie about him. It's starring Tom Hanks.
Mankind's hope for the fucking future. I've got to make it back alive. The Hat 1 miracle.
Actually, it is, isn't it? It's supposed to be a play on Apollo 13. They even turned out to do a movie and everything. I love that movie. Got a real space pioneer in court today.
Huh. But even heroes tumble from their lofty heights. Returning to the subject at hand.
Ah, yes, the victim was one Mr. Clay Terrain, a subordinate of the defendant.
Indeed, a loyal disciple brutally stabbed to death by his mentor.
Stabbed to death, you say? You mean his death wasn't a result of the bombing?
Correct. Despite his lofty dreams, the victim was seen as an interloper by the defendant. And so he was sent not into space, but to the universe which we mortals cannot see. Clay.
That sucks. We never even got to see him hang out with each other. Apollo seemed to really like the guy. Quoted him all the damn time. I think I've heard enough. The case seems pretty clear-cut at this point. All right, you don't need to say anything, Polly. However, there's one thing I'm curious about. That metal box next to the window stand that's gonna kill us in 10 seconds. What purpose does it serve exactly?
Since you asked so nicely, it's your coffin.
Mercy, fuck, I knew it. That fortune cookie was right. Today's the day I'm gonna die. What an incredibly depressing fortune that was.
Ah, I gotcha. Broke ya. You should have seen the look on your stupid old wrinkly face. I jest, it's evidence.
Oh my god, that's awesome! Oh my god, that's the funniest fucking thing you've done in this entire game. You're pretty awesome, Blackwell, I'm not gonna lie. I like you.
Due to its immense size, we've little choice but to lay it where it rests now. We shall get to the contents of the box in due time.
Oh, thank god. Oh, I feel like I just lost 50 years off my life, which means I'm probably gonna die when that bomb goes off. Do I need to repeat that one more time for everybody?
Does he even have 50 years left?
Inner monologue, Athena, inner monologue.
What'd you say to me, you little bitch?
Enough jabbering.
Come, talk away you're on here.
Fulbright. Bobby Fulbright's the name. In justice we trust. I am here.
Oh, Detective Fulbright, God. Stop scaring me like that. I think I lost another 50 years. Marilyn, please explain the details to the citizens of the court, if you would.
On it. First, take a look at this pamphlet from the Cosmos Space Center. In it, you'll find a diagram outlining the overall layout of the Space Center.
Okay.
Here we are. For a more detailed look at what's on the left side of this building, take a look at this cross-section that we police have created. See the launch pad in the main building?
Launch pad is the square building and the rounded structure is the main building, right?
You got it! It's also got its name printed right above it. You can just read that too. This took place in Launch Pad 1 and in the main building's lounge. I'll be using this diagram during my testimony. It'll make it easier to understand.
Okay.
Well, I couldn't even get a map of that place till just now. They really didn't let me in there.
Details of the case. Just before the rocket was set to launch, 2 bombs went off. Boom! Boom! One on the second floor of the Space Center's main building, and one in the Launch Pad 1. Thankfully, only the 2 astronauts were in Launch Pad 1 at the time. The 2 of them managed to make it back as far as the boarding lounge. But after the escape, one of the 2 was found stabbed to death.
A murder on top of a bombing? Detective, the victim was already dead by the time you arrived at the lounge, correct?
Yup. Think he sabotaged the bombing. The defendant attacked and killed the victim.
Just look at this tragic photo. Ah, fuck. Oh, my. Is that a knife in the victim's chest? Ow. Yes, Your Honor. It's the knife that cruelly ended this young man's dreams. We couldn't get any prints off it, though, because the defendant was in his spacesuit. Utility knife. But no fingerprints can be lifted, okay? By the way, Detective Fulbright, why are the victim's helmet and right glove absent in this photograph? We had to remove them to identify him, Your Honor. I personally removed his glove during the investigation. We had to get his fingerprints to confirm his identity after all. Yes, it would be very difficult to identify him without a face or fingerprints. Now, just one more thing I'd like to inquire about. What is this round thing next to the victim in this photo? Yeah, I was wondering about that.
It looks like it's wearing a little construction hat. Oh, it's so adorable. Something so important to the victim, he took it with him as he escaped the launch pad. A capsule that apparently contains asteroid samples. While obviously valuable for research purposes, it has no relation to this case.
Wrong! It's gonna be, it has everything to do with this case. Oh, hey, look, it looks like it's a little fortune cookie symbol on the side there. Oh my god! It is all related to the fortune I received earlier! I knew it! The fortune cookie's gonna kill me in the end! I see.
So, you know the bomb in the main building was on the second floor. But where's the bomb that was in the launch pad 1 located?
Huh, that one was on the rocket itself. It was situated around the central part of the rocket. Apparently, the area around the launch pad's elevator was a sea of flames. I would like to submit this diagram and report it into the record. Explosions sparked a fire on the second floor of the main building and in the middle level of the launch pad near the elevator. Okay.
Trial's just started. We're already in a bind.
You get used to it. Besides, that's what cross-examination is for, right? What the 2 astronauts were doing during the bombing. That'll be the key.
Okay.
Alright,
Bring it on, Blackwell. Oh, somebody's got their Gato in a bunch today.
You're goddamn right. Let's kill him, Apollo.
yeah, Gato, let's go!
But after the escape, one of the 2 was found and stabbed to death.
Hold it!
And who was the first to find the victim?
Actually, there were two of them.
The Space Center director, Yuri Cosmos, and Detective Candace Arm.
Oh, hey! Oh, there she is. Oh boy, you're about to die today too. Actually, wait, I'm sorry, you're already dead. Silly me, you're already dead. You're inside that box right now. If only we had just looked in there. One of them was a detective? It's kind of cool. It's tying back into the first case. I like that. Yep, Detective Arm specializes in bombings, you see. She and the director were ordering the evacuation following the explosions. They were also worried about the astronauts, so they hurried over to the boarding lounge. That's when they discovered the victim along with the defendant.
2 witnesses, huh? And one of them was a detective. I doubt either one would have anything to say that would help me.
Okay, just before the rocket went off, the 2 bombs went off. Boom, boom.
Hold it!
How powerful were the explosions?
Well, the one in the main building wasn't strong enough to bring the place down. But the room it went off in was burned black. Thankfully, nobody was hurt. Due in large part, of course, to me stepping up to lead the evacuation.
Wait, what were you doing there in the first place, Detective Fulbright?
Ha ha! I'm Bobby Fulbright, hero of justice. I'll be there wherever and whenever people need my help. I'd go to the other side of the world, or even the edge of the universe.
Not sure he knows how far that actually is. But I guess I'll leave that one alone. Huh. Admiral decision, Justice Dono.
Huh? What do you decide?
Do you just read my mind? Anyway, could you describe what it was like at the Space Center at the time?
The bomb cut the power to the central bank of elevators in the 3rd floor lounge. It was pitch black in there, I tell you. However, security cameras and whatnot were running on emergency backup.
And how did the evacuation go?
I immediately and heroically whisked people down to the Space Center's basement shelter. The basement shelter? Yes, there's an emergency shelter beneath the Space Center.
An emergency shelter, huh? Oh, here it is. It's at the bottom of the diagram.
I see, okay.
The Space Center is pretty impressive to have its own shelter.
Bombs went off despite tight security. Police officers and riot police who had been standing by gave the evacuation instructions. Okay.
Power outage and evacuation seems unrelated to the murder at this point. So leave that aside for now. So there were 2 explosions in total, correct?
Yup, that's right. One on the second floor, Space Center main building, and one on the launch pad.
Let me get this straight. Mr. Starbuck rigged a rocket he was going to board with explosives.
Huh? What are you talking about?
If the defendant really did plant the bomb in his own rocket, he'd get caught in the explosion as well.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that. Yeah, I guess blowing yourself up like that would be kind of fucking stupid.
Huh. Fine. Simpleton for a simpleton. Fulbright, the motive.
Understood. The defendant actually had Astraphobia.
Astraphobia? What's that?
Fear of going to space. A fear of space, naturally. Just the thought of space can cause the afflicted to freeze up.
What? That doesn't make any sense. There's no way. If you're afraid of space, why would you become an astronaut? Doesn't make any sense. No, fuck you. Honestly, I want you guys to like imagine like fucking space is pretty terrifying, right? It's so massive and stupid. Like if you like watch those movies with the amazing special effects in space, that shit always makes my butt tingle. Like I don't think I'd be a very good astronaut for that reason.
It's too big and empty.
It's so boring. There's nothing to do in space.
And so, in his terror, the defendant found a way to stop the launch at the last minute.
Really? You couldn't have just, I don't know, bailed out? Been like, hey guys, I know we spent like, you know, probably a few $1 million on this whole space program, but you know, I'm not really feeling it today or ever. That's absurd.
Unfortunately for you, we have evidence. Take a look at these.
What are they?
Advil! Wait, no. These anti-anxiety tablets were found among the defendant's possessions. Apparently, he was taking them in secret to quell his fears.
There are a multitude of problems with the rocket that Mr. Starbuck rode 7 years ago.
Oh, of course. Okay. So it's a bit PTSD. After his whole incident, he became afraid of space. Okay. But seriously, if he was suffering from that, I'm sure he had to have seen therapy, he's seen a psychologist. They really think they would have okayed him to go back up there.
Dumbass doctors! Rumor has it, it threatened to crash a number of times as well. That was, of course, very traumatic for Mr. Starbuck. But that doesn't mean he'd go so far as to blow up his own ship.
Silence!
Huh. The defendant couldn't bear Tamara's good name now, could he? No, not after the media had branded him Soul Starbuck, space pioneer extraordinaire.
That doesn't make sense though, man. People would understand, I think. It's like, hey, I'm sorry after that incredibly traumatic experience. I'm afraid to go back up there again. We're only human.
Given these conditions, the defendant could hardly run away like some base mutt. What, so that's why you think he resorted to the bombing? Naturally. He constructed this act of sabotage in an attempt to blow up the space center, which would effectively abort the launch, but spare his reputation. Yeah, and also have a good chance of getting him thrown in prison. Yeah, that really seems worth it. That's a dumb motive. But still,
Now I'm sure you understand why we have to bring justice down on this atrocious criminal.
Thankfully, only the 2 astronauts were in Launch Pad 1.
Are you sure it was only the 2 of them?
It was just before the spaceship was set to launch, so of course it was only those 2.
Well, there could have been somebody else inside that rocket.
Silence!
The notion of a third party in Launchpad 1 is utterly absurd. Just enter the area from the lounge. One must pass through a door guarded by a fingerprint recognition device. Allow me to state up front that there are precious few with the clearance to do so.
A fingerprint recognition device. Sounds as futuristic and complex as the Space Center. Or as futuristic and complex as the future that we're in currently should be. Instead, we're still talking about these fucking flip phones. Actually, it's not as amazing as you think, Your Honor. Take a look at this photo. This is the door in the lounge with the fingerprint lock. Only personnel whose fingerprints are registered can pass through. I see. That is very different from what I had in mind. Is there a record of the number of people that passed through that door yesterday?
Yes, there were only three. The defendant, the victim, and... the director of the Space Center, Yuri Cosmos.
It's totally that guy then. Doesn't it mean it's possible the director's the one who did it?
Not a chance. He was in the main building when the bombs exploded in 928.
Doing his job directing the launch.
Besides having an alibi, he has no motive for committing these senseless acts.
He has a point. This director can't be considered a suspect then. But then why would they even bring up his fucking name? Right?
I think that pretty much covers the details of the case. Only the victim and the defendant were on the launch pad when the former was killed. This is the truth, and only Mr. Starbuck could have carried out this crime.
What little I could get out of him only hurt my case.
Huh.
Justice don't know. Foolish is the word who rushes headlong into battle. Yeah, foolish is also a crazy whip-wielding psycho bitch's favorite thing to say.
I would like to meet her someday. No, you don't want to.
Preparation is an essential element of battle. So I advise you take a gander at this. What is this? Is this a copy of Angels in the Outfield?
Oh, sorry. I was watching that earlier. It's not like I like the movie or anything. It's not like every time I see it, it makes me cry a little inside. Or that I'm a big Christopher Lloyd fan. Here it is. Footage from a security camera. As the two astronauts emerge from the bowels of Launch Pad 1 corridor. The boarding lounge security camera captured their desperate escape.
Does it look like he has a knife in him? It actually looks like he doesn't.
Now, direct your attention to what the defendant is shouldering, which you can see is none other than the lifeless body of the victim.
What? Looks like the knife's not inside him yet.
Shut up, everybody! It's just a dead body. Get over it. Order, I say! This lines up exactly with what the prosecution has been asserting.
Oh, I should have known Blackwell would have something like this ready.
Of course you did. Now give me back my copy of Angels in the Outfield.
Apollo, how exactly did they determine that Clay was already gone in that footage?
Ah, I see what you mean. The Clay was still alive at this point is pretty crucial.
Yeah.
Your Honor, please take another look at this footage. Is it possible Mr. Terrain was still alive here and that Mr. Starbuck was helping him?
What? I believe you're right. One man carrying the other to safety. What a beautiful expression of friendship.
Silence! Oh, I have a reason for that too. Huh. Perhaps it looks like to a one-eyed hothead and a dotard. But it only makes sense if it's the victim's dead body.
What do you mean?
Fulbright! Explain it to Justice Dono. You got it. We're ready, kid? If the murder had occurred in the lounge, someone could have spotted it. Anyone can enter the lounge after all. But doing it while they were alone in the spaceship, that's a horse of a different color.
Objection! We can't deny there's a possibility the murder could have happened in the lounge. Why would he bother bringing the body out if he fucking stabbed him?
We could have left him in there and let it get blown to bits by the bomb on the rocket.
All the video shows a man helping his fellow astronaut out.
Your assertion is based on emotion. It's based on your belief that Mr. Starbuck would surely help his own disciple. You have no logical explanation as to why the victim could still be alive.
Fortunately, Mr. Justice, the prosecution is right. Your argument is lacking in sound logic.
Not really. I mean, look at it. You can't see the knife in him. Sounded pretty logical to me. I don't see a fucking knife in him. Can we enhance that?
Well, Mr. Justice, if you had no further objections, we better hurry along and get blown to bits.
Why do you keep saying that, Your Honor?
I'm sorry, I played the first case and now I'm spoiled for what's gonna happen. I believe it's time to bring this cross-examination to a close.
Objections? Well,
Hold it! It's me! Your Honor, the defense requests a little time to think and regroup.
Given the facts, I'm not sure I see the need.
What is it, Athena?
It's just, there's something that's been bothering me.
Huh. If it isn't the defense stalling for time, as always.
Very well. I'm feeling generous. You may have a small measure of time.
Yes.
You have
5 seconds.
5 fucking seconds!
After that, I declare this cross-examination to be closed and a verdict to be rendered.
It's alright though. 5 seconds in any medium at all is always like 30 minutes. Remember Frieza? 5 minutes my ass! Aha! Your baldness, razor gavel eye! It's time for a countdown! Alright, cool! Am I like slow motion this shit? Like, every second my cowboy gets a little closer.
Ready?
I'm so ready!
We don't...
Don't have time. Spit out, Athena.
3 more seconds! They're almost done! Ah!
Look! I don't think the prosecution's explanation is very complete.
Meaning?
Meaning there's something missing. Like they conveniently left it unexplained.
Okay, they're good. I'm not the only one who saw it. The knife in the fucking chest.
Something they didn't explain. Something they didn't explain.
You have to be vague. Can you just tell me straight up?
No! I have to do it this way, so you figure out yourself.
Ah, you're right. I think I know what you're talking about.
Your 5 seconds are up, Mr. Narcissus. Is there anything about the prosecution's argument that you'd like to rebut?
Yes, Your Honor. Actually, there is. There's something the prosecution has yet to make clear to this court.
Well, if you put it that way, what is it that prosecution has failed to explain? Oh, no, it's something different. Why the body was moved.
They have failed to explain why Mr. Starbuck would bother bringing the body back at all. If the defendant wanted to kill the victim, why didn't he just leave his body in the rocket? Why go through the trouble of bringing him all the way back to the boarding lounge?
Yeah, that's true. I don't think we've heard the prosecution's thoughts on that yet.
It's because they have none, Your Honor. After all, how does one explain something so illogical? I'll show you. I'll ellipses you. Prosecution is claiming the defendant moved the victim's dead body. But what if the entire premise of that argument is wrong?
Let's hear your theory, Mr. Justice.
Blah. The defense proposed that the defendant didn't kill the victim. He was helping him.
Ah!
Huh. Right off the bat. Fulbright, just waiting for our sad friend here before I had nod off on his monotone monologue. Inform me exactly why Spaceboy moved the victim. Huh? They gotta be joking!
It's simple. Mr. Starbuck did what he did to direct his suspicion away from himself. He wanted to create the impression he heroically risked his life to save his partner.
Yeah, who had very clearly been stabbed with a knife, so, again, not a very good job.
That's why he made sure to make it to the security camera so there'd be a record.
At the very least, he appears to have achieved success without you and the old man. Ah.
One man carrying the other to safety. What a beautiful expression of friendship. They love each other. Oh.
The average person wearing a spacesuit weighs easily over 200 pounds, saving the life of a partner who weighs as much while trying to escape the deadly flames. What a dramatic sob story fit for the silver screen.
Indeed, I was completely taken in by the humanity of the story. So I feel like there's a lot of like little bits here that just doesn't make sense of that. But well, he's been fucking stabbed, all right? And there's nobody else in the area, so it's very clear he would be the one implicated, right? So how would this get him off the hook? Well, looks like you saved your friend who's been stabbed with a knife now. Like, right?
I don't know if we're just like rolling that shit off or if Nico's just being an idiot, but it seems slightly contradictory. But whatever. You see, yeah, the true ending is all that traces of his hammy act were meant to be blown up. Yes, and now we arrived at the thrilling conclusion. The third explosion.
What the dicks?
What are you talking about? There was no third explosion.
There is now. Boom!
Silence. Oh, that's what you were talking about. Indeed, you're correct. But that is thanks to Detective Arm. It was she who identified and secured the bomb. However, it doesn't change the fact that the third bomb was discovered in the lounge. Oh, steel coffin besides the witness stand. That would be a bomb transport case.
Oh, that is the bomb, though. So apparently I was right.
Use that to transport the deactivated bomb here. It was found in the lounge. A bomb in the form of a most distasteful toy. One on the second floor of the main building, one on the launch pad, and one in the lounge. The defendant planned to set off 3 firework displays. Fortunately, the third was discovered before it could be detonated, for had it not, the victim's body and the other vital evidence would surely have been immolated.
Objection!
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes a bit more sense. Okay, good. I'm glad they covered that. I was like, please let there be more to this. Okay, so the evidence would have been hidden. He would look like a hero, but then in the end, he would have gotten blown up, and then his evidence would have been hidden. Although I still think they probably, I mean, those guys are pretty good, I think, at being able to tell, like, how did this person actually die? Actually, it looks like he was already dead before the explosion went off, but whatever. It's better than it was before, at least.
For you utter a word, know that the evidence supports me. It's like he's reading my brain. Yes, I am reading your brain. As still undergoing forensic investigation, I do not have the evidence on hand. However, know that a peculiar item was found in one of Mr. Starbuck's pockets. I'm sure it's gonna break this case then, whatever it is. Probably. Specifically a bomb detonation switch.
Though, that's interesting. I remember after the first case of the game, though, that was something that we never used, right? They never got brought up.
And now it's gonna get brought up, probably.
You found a what?
I suspect the defendant had no time to destroy such damning evidence. When the Space Center director and the detective arms stumbled across the murder, so he thought to hide it in his pocket. Feeble-brained that he is. Shit! No, Mr. Starbuck would never do anything like that. Oh, that's it. I've had enough of this. Dead shit.
Oh, he fell down.
Justice Dono, open your eyes and see the truth. Or your eye and the other one can just stay closed.
Appears to be irrefutable evidence that the accused set off the explosions.
No, has to be some kind of mistake. This can't be the truth. Still can't accept it. You'll believe in your client, come what may. Then why don't you cross-examine the defendant himself? It's gotta be a trap.
It's like Black was controlling the entire game.
Yeah, stance, puppet, stance! Yeah, it seemed like he was waiting for me to bring up the body-moving issue.
Why do you say that?
Because he had just the right argument when I pointed it out. And to really rub it in, he had a decisive piece of evidence up his sleeve, too. He was trying to shake my faith in Mr. Starbuck and break me down.
Then making you cross-examine Mr. Starbuck at this point was part of his plan too. Totally underhanded, but I wouldn't expect anything less from him.
Now let's hear from the arch-villain, the fiendish murderer himself.
You know, I'm starting to feel like they've been suggesting earlier that this connection between Athena and Blackwell, is it that she like witnessed him kill a whole bunch of people in front of her or something? Because we just see there was like a scene where he had a sword and you just saw him like cut stuff and then blood went everywhere. Was it in the same room and that's what happened? Like, in which case I'm a bit surprised that like Athena hasn't brought it up to us, but maybe PTSD reasons. But in which case I'd be shocked then if the moment she saw Blackwell she didn't immediately break down, you know, if that were the case.
Now let's hear from the arch-villain, the fiendish murderer himself, famed astronaut Solomon Starbuck.
Witness, your name and occupation, please. Witness, your name and weird quirk, please.
My weird quirk is, Solomon astronaut.
Oh, yes, there you go. Okay, you sigh a lot. Thank you.
How did this happen?
Starbuck, you aren't looking very well. Will you be able to give testimony?
I'm not looking very well because I'm being tried for murder. No.
Well, fortunately, no is not an option, so too bad. You're being accused of the Space Center bombing and the murder of Clay Terrain. Please justify these allegations.
Why'd you even bother asking? Mind if I take the suit off? It's getting really heavy.
Silence! No! You're an astronaut. You have to look the part. Otherwise, the dumb player won't understand and the feeble dumb brain.
It's not the weight of the suit that you feel, but of your sins. No, I'm pretty sure it's a suit. Prepare to carry that weight for the rest of your life. You're going to jail in that thing. That's how insane we are. Banish me to the moon. I don't care anymore.
Wow, that was super negative. Is he going to be all right up there?
I don't know, Athena.
He'll be fine.
I think. As long as he doesn't totally give up and say he did it, that is. I totally did it. Fuck me! Come on, man. I didn't kill him, bro. All I did was support Clay over my shoulder and get us out of the rocket. Like always, I took the elevator down to the middle level and headed for the corridor. Clay had passed out by the time we got the order to evacuate. I didn't kill Clay. I was trying to save him.
So you, sir, you didn't set off the bombs or murder the victim?
But I bet you think I'm lying, right?
I reserve all judgment until after I've heard your full testimony. But yeah, probably.
Sure you don't believe me. I bet you don't even believe I'm an astronaut.
I don't think the judge doubts that. I saw the movie with Tom Hanks. It's all right. I believe it.
Who'd wear a suit like that except an astronaut?
I will say when I saw you in that movie, you appear quite courageous and were slightly sexier. Well, I suppose reality never quite lives up to its fantasy.
I guess I'm just a big disappointment. I really don't care what happens anymore. Just kill me. Fucking do it. I'm right here, God. No, he's completely given up. What a depressing fellow. If you were to join me in the clink, I imagine that annoying sighing of yours would rub off on the other inmates.
Who's that? Was that somebody else in the audience or something?
Like how it rubbed off on Prosecutor Blackwell a second ago.
Huh? That was Blackwell sighing? Starbucks testimony contains a glaring contradiction. Question is, what does it mean? Mr. Starbuck is my client. I can't be gun shy now. It's time to find out the truth. Gotta do it.
All right. But how could he have taken it down the middle level when there was a fire there?
Objection!
That's where one of the bombs went off.
Mr. Starbuck, I need your testimony to be as accurate as possible. Was it not being accurate? No, because it's impossible for you to have taken the elevator down to the middle level.
What makes you say that, Mr. Justice?
Please recall where the bomb went off in Launch Pad 1. Also recall that after the explosion, the middle level elevator was engulfed in flames.
Oh, you're right! Which means...
Blah! Exactly! The launch pad's elevator would have been unstable, or unusable. In other words. Mr. Starbuck, your statement is decidedly inconsistent with the facts.
What?
What? No freak out? What's with the helmet?
Mr. Command,
Mr. Command, do you read? Come in, please.
Objection!
This is Mr. Command.
I order you to pay attention!
Stop this nonsense and answer my question, Mr. Starbuck. Take that dumb helmet.
My helmet! My oxygen tank! What is he doing? No! There's no air in this godforsaken planet!
Okay, now you're just being ridiculous. Oxygen concentration and body temperature declining. Requesting medical assistance.
Wow, you already had a freak out. I ain't even, barely done anything. Dead! Alright, well, that takes care of that case. Alright, let's go ahead and blow ourselves up now. Mr. Starbuck, we're not in space right now. Please stop pretending you have lost consciousness and stand your ass back up.
I apologize, Your Honor. I forgot I was still on Earth.
I feel like we all just got a real glimpse of Solomon Starbuck, the astronaut.
Yeah, I seem more like an astronaut now than when he was doing all that sighing. Mr. Starbuck, could you please explain the inconsistency in your statement of how you used the middle level elevator? I was nervous and I said the wrong thing. I'm sorry. I actually took a different route. I think. Different route? I hope you're able to deliver a straight story this time. Not that the judge is gonna do anything if you don't. I'll get right at this time. Maybe. No, I mean probably. Stop moving on visible levers. Probably.
Understandable to be nervous, but let me remind you, accuracy is paramount in court. I will break you, son!
My escape route. Let's see. My escape route. What I said before was a mistake. I remember now. I took a different route. Maybe. Probably. Okay, this is totally gonna be Athena's thing, I know it. With the capsule and Clay in my arms, I made my way down from the upper level. Yeah, Yep, this is gonna be Athena now. Athena time. So you're saying you escaped without using the elevator? That's right. There's a ladder that spans the upper and middle levels. I used that ladder to get to the middle level. Luckily, the fire hadn't reached the ladder, so we could make our escape that way. And the capsule you mentioned. I suppose you mean the thing next to Mr. Terrain? Was the capsule important that you risk your life to take it with you? I'm sorry, you walked down a ladder while carrying that thing and the guy over your shoulder? I'm sorry, you grab onto the ladder with your teeth? It almost goes without saying, but yeah, that capsule contained asteroid samples.
Wait, I mean, right? Like, is his hand free in this picture here? No! Look at, like, what the fuck? It's fully wrapped around that. No fucking way. Right? He didn't say he went up and then back down, did he?
No, he didn't. Therefore, it's invaluable as research material. With a spacesuit on, Clay weighed a ton. But securing the capsule was also important.
I need you to answer to the best of your ability. Mr. Starbuck, please remember that your verdict is riding on your testimony, dumbass.
Maybe I'm guilty after all. I wonder if you can see the stars in prison. I bet it's more comfortable than a spaceship.
God, you're dramatic. What? No Athena? Seriously? What the fuck? Athena, get off your ass.
What? I'm not gonna pull witch it out whenever the fuck I want.
Let's see, my skip route, when I said before was a mistake. I remember now I took a different route. Maybe, probably. Let's see, my skip route. I remember now I took a different... Wait, so why does it get out of your testimony?
Maybe, probably. Did I hear you right, Mr. Starbuck? Please?
I didn't say either of those things. Mr. Control, please, come in, please. An error has occurred in the sound system. Activate the emergency tin can telephone. Oh no! Tin can telephones are ineffective in the vacuum of space. Silence! Oh my God! Seriously, stop this nonsense, or I will sever you and your tin can telephone. All right, I'm begging you. I'll tell the truth. Just don't sever anything.
Paula, is he gonna be all right?
I'm starting to think he's not.
No, he's not.
Let's see. So about when we were running away.
What? I guess I just put it here, right?
Objection!
No? What?
Objection!
There we go. It's like I knew what the problem was. Is like he didn't say anything about the ladder in his actual testimony. I was trying to show. Okay, look in the picture. You have your arm full with this guy and then arm full with the other guy. How could you possibly grab the ladder? And it's like I don't know why it was. Instead, I showed the map, I guess, to show that, well, there's a... I don't understand. I don't know. He already told me that he went down the ladder. Mr. Starbuck, why don't you just tell the truth?
The truth? Let's see. The Earth is blue. No, that's not right. I guess the Earth isn't blue. Yeah, that's it.
What the fuck is going on?
True, Mr. Starbuck.
I'm dying. Oxygen concentration is super low in this area. Prepare the emergency oxygen tanks, bro.
Justice, the wind spirit's confused. Please help draw out the truth from him.
Mr. Starbuck, under the circumstances at the time, you couldn't possibly have reached the boarding lounge via the upper level route. Huh? Not as long as this was along the escape route.
Ladder.
Take that!
That's what made this... Okay, that was confusing, because... They brought up the ladder before we got to breaking down his testimony, so it seemed weird that I would bring up the ladder again, even though it's like, I don't understand why his testimony didn't have that ladder part in there. I feel like that's what should have been in there. So it made it so confusing, because it's like, we'd already brought it up. Do I need to bring it up again, even though he'd already brought it up, even if it wasn't in the quote-unquote testimony? I don't know. I thought that was sort of weirdly executed. I don't know if that's just me, but...
To get down from the upper to the middle level where the launch pad 1 corridor is, we have to go down the ladder. Isn't that right, Mr. Starbuck?
Of course. That was the only way we could escape.
Objection!
Blah, no. But how would that work? The time you were supporting Mr. Terrain over your shoulder, were you not? I remember he was in full space gear as well, putting him at over 200 pounds.
Oh. Well, it's easy on the moon. Gravity's only 1/6 of what it is on Earth.
Objection!
The fuck is wrong with this guy?
He's being so annoying. Come on. The Space Center is located on Earth. Short of being an octopus, climbing a ladder with an adult male's space gears in one arm, while carrying the capsule in your other is impossible, wouldn't you say? Oh. So, Mr. Starbuck, how exactly did you climb the ladder with your arms full? Mr. Starbuck, come clean, tell us the truth. Now!
Okay, stop, man. Stop. It was slightly funny the first time, but now it's just getting ridiculous.
Engineer, where's the engineer? Oxygen leak detected due to faulty maintenance. Evacuate immediately! Oh, what the? What the? He's flying the coop! See you later, suckers! Help! I'm caught on the ceiling. Help? Anyone? Shoot him down with your lasers, Apollo! I'm covering one eye. I can't do it. It's not enough power. I need more juice. Bailiff! Yes, G.
Prepare the cherry picker. We must launch our rescue mission at once.
Oh, right, I'm on it, finally. I get to whip my cherry picker.
Well, it's one way to take off while being questioned.
I'd rather prove his innocence so we can go to space again someday for real.
Why do I just let this shit happen all around me all the time? Well, the real question was, why we put his parachute back in there so he can do it again later, probably? Now, Mr. Starbuck, do you think you can keep your feet planted on the ground?
Yes, apologize for losing control. You ready to tell us the truth yet?
Oh my God, come on.
Not that. Anything but that. What's going on? This isn't the Mr. Starbuck I know. This guy's really annoying. Best space boy is prone to deception. Witness. Yikes. Yes? I thought your story odd, but perhaps the inconsistencies can be explained as the result of a medical side effect. Oh. Prosecutor Blackwell, please don't talk about that. What are you talking about, Prosecutor Blackwell? Huh. Did I already state that a space boy is ironically terrified of going into space? That's why I took some precautions just before the launch. For you see, traces of this anti-anxiety drug were found in his system. Oh? I says things are about to get nosedive. Hold it. You got it all wrong. I told him during the investigation, too. I don't know anything about any drugs. I never took any medication, I swear. It was found in this system, but he doesn't remember taking it? How could that be? Somebody must have slipped them to me. But I guess maybe that's why I don't remember? Because of the side effects? Yeah, that's why I don't remember much about what really happened. What?
I'm kind of not buying that. Order the court!
Can't get any useful testimony out of him if he doesn't remember anything. So we just wait for the side effects to wear off.
Well, certainly explains why his testimony kept changing.
Didn't he just tell me he couldn't remember?
Guess he didn't want anyone to find out he was terrified of going into space.
What do you mean? Blackwell had brought it up before we'd even brought him in here. Or tell me he wasn't in the room when he said, hey, he's got Astraphobia and he's taking this medication for it. I say loudly to everybody in here. What? It's just not making any sense, bro. Maybe I really did do it. Which brings us to the answer of our original question of how the witness climbed down the ladder with dead body. Does? What do you do, throw him down there? So what is it? A dead man feels no pain and makes no complaints, just as do know. So he tossed his lead ass down there. So the body was simply dropped down from the top of the ladder.
Oh my! I see. The defendant could climb down with his free hand.
That would have left bruising though, right?
Do we have any evidence to back that up?
Drop the body down. Who would do such a disrespectful thing? Besides, dropping the body down would leave marks on the body itself. So you're capable of quick thinking. Yes, you are correct. Really? Oh, thanks. Good, Taka, good. Huh? What's this? It's the oxygen tank from the victim's spacesuit. It's ruptured, and I'm sure you can figure out why. Can't be implying it ruptured when the defendant dropped the victim's body. It would have left bruising on him, too. I don't think they're that cushioned, are they? I am for the fracture easily when struck. If that's true, the tank's explosion and the shrapnel would leave its mark on the body, yeah. Yet according to the autopsy report, only the knife was found on the victim's body. You're clearly grasping at straws with this line of reasoning. Silence! The spacesuit isn't heavy for the sake of being heavy, Justice Dono. It includes the latest technological devices and is made of the fabric of tomorrow. This fabric is made to protect astronauts from the dangers of space. So falling a few Earth yards would hardly leave a mark on the wearer.
Objection!
Shouldn't it be impossible to stab someone through it as well? It should. And yet, through sheer coincidence, the knife slipped through a weak spot in the suit's structure and found its way to the target. What are the chances? You forget that our killer is an astronaut himself with the knowledge of how the suit works. Nah, he's got me there. And now my argument has been proven. Spaceboy killed the victim in the rocket and then dropped his body from the upper level. After climbing down, he shouldered the body and made sure the camera recorded them. There's no room for debate about these facts. It's clear that Solomon Starbuck is the only one who could have killed Clay Terrain. Here, the report regarding the Astros oxygen tanks. Consider it my send-off gift. Feel free to use it as payment to cross the river, Styx. See you in hell, bitch!
The victim's tank ruptured with 0% left. The defendants had 80% left. Remaining oxygen is displayed on the left shoulder.
His report is pretty detailed.
Yeah.
Let's see. Display the astronaut's left shoulder shows how much oxygen remains. Because that means these glowing cyan digits represent the number of oxygen remaining.
It says 50 there, though.
I'm done for. I'm going to prison instead of space. Space boy. Yes? Huh. I'll see you there. Take heart. The jeweled night sky is still beautiful even when viewed through bars. You mean stars are as seen from prison? That's right. Your cell will be your spaceship. Picture the view through the iron bars. No, don't let him get into your head, man. It's like being an astronaut in your own craft for all time. That's not half bad thought. Mr. Starbuck? Prosecutor Blackwell, goddamn good. God, he makes this shit look easy. It's like everyone here is a fucking idiot. Spaceship, prison cell, fly me, my guilt, and my despair to the deepest, darkest space. And then, let's get sucked into a black hole together. Objection! Stop it! Mr. Starbuck, you can't give up hope. Oh? Yes, Apollo? You know, Clay really looked up to you. He said you are an incredible man. He said you'd never give up your dreams and passion for space, no matter the situation. He said that? So don't give up now and help me prove your innocence. For the sake of the man who respected you and believed in you. Clay Terrain! For Clay. Huh. You're wasting your breath. Fuck was that? Apollo, thank you. I can see things clearly now. Mr. Starbuck, I'm fine now. Thanks for reminding me of my life's mission. Right, we'll both be fine. Fine! I'll prove your innocence. You'll see.
All of us, every one of Apollo's dorky friends all said that too. I'm fine. I'm fine.
And after that, we'll get you back into space. You've ignited the booster rockets of my soul. On fire! I am Solomon Starbuck Astronaut, a cosmic hero chosen by the universe itself. It's no time to be whimpering and crying. I can't let you and Clay down. Balderdash! Oh, foiled again! The sun, the moon, all of space is calling me. Share your energy with me. Solomon Soul Starbuck Spirit Bomb! Ready for launch. Begin the countdown. 5, 4,
3.
2, 1. Lift off!
Oh, I thought for sure that bomb was about to go off. Oh, wait, it did. Oh! Wow! I feel like I've witnessed an actual rocket launch. Oh, God, I never thought my old ass face would see the day.
Apollo, you did it! You fucking did it! You broke Prosecutor Blackwell's grip over Mr. Starbuck!
I can't take the credit. It was all Mr. Starbuck. He pulled himself through. Huh. Maybe your siblings are done massaging one another's egos. By which I mean jacking each other off, and no matter how positive your mood, my advantage remains unshakable. I have but to wait for the final guilty verdict. Isn't that right, your boldness? Gah! Can't let up now. I have to stop Blackwell. I have to see this through. Mr. Starbuck just has to make it back into space. Yeah! We were buddies, bro! I won't allow Clay's dream to remain unfulfilled. Gotta destroy Blackwell's argument somehow. Think, Justice, think! If only the people at Launchpad 1 were Clay and Mr. Starbuck. Or if the only people were there. And if Clay was already dead by the time this footage was taken, the only person who could have killed him is Mr. Starbuck. So the only way to counter Blackwell's argument is if I could prove that Clay was still alive when they arrived at the boarding lounge. In which case I should be able to find some contradiction in the evidence itself. Now, let's see. About this data we just received. Supposedly proves that Mr. Starbuck dropped Clay's body in Launchpad 1. But if I'm going to prove that false, then there must be something I can use here.
Yeah, we're saying the picture there is different from what it says on the tank.
Enough of this farce, your boldness! Let's have your verdict!
Objection!
Blah, no. Prosecutor Blackwell, you seem to be in quite a hurry to rush the verdict. But about this oxygen tank data you submitted just now. It says that Mr. Starbuck's tank had 80% remaining while Mr. Train's had 0. Do you stand by the accuracy of this report? Of course. I'll show you. Then I guess it simply means that it's faulty, as evidence goes. You will explain what you mean, Justice Dono. It's simple. This evidence contradicts the facts of this case. To hear the detailed description, you'll see what I mean.
Hope you have some evidence, Mr. Justice, because I don't see what's so contradictory.
Blah. Yes, Your Honor. Right away. This is the evidence that the oxygen tank report stands a contradiction to.
Take that!
Boom!
And how does this evidence present a contradiction?
Promise this part here.
Take that!
There we go. Boom. Take that! Note the remaining oxygen in Mr. Starbuck's tank as he carries Mr. Terrain.
Appears to say 50.
Yes, but according to the data, our client's tank has 80% remaining.
The oxygen in the tank increased?
So Your Honor finds this strange as I do. It's bad enough that there's a contradiction. The increase in oxygen is beyond illogical.
Oh my God! Oh my beard! You're absolutely right! What is going on here? Silence!
Huh. I too find it odd that the oxygen tank remaining is increased. It would be as odd as if my rations were to increase. But what does that prove? Does it just the fact that it is the defendant carrying the victim's corpse? Huh. I'm gonna bet you don't get more rations because you don't buy by. I bet you don't get more rations because you don't buy by the rules. Either way, the oxygen remaining shouldn't increase, so your rations don't increase. Therefore, this new information is critical. We can't overlook it. Silence! In that case, do you have any answer to this riddle of the mysteriously increasing oxygen? Better not disappoint, or I'll declare the inconsistency as mere equipment malfunction. Ah!
Prosecutor Blackwell has a point. I suppose it could be simple malfunction. Mr. Justice, if you cannot provide an adequate counter-argument at this point. It says they were functioning properly, though. For it must bring this trial to an end. So do you think you can explain why the remaining oxygen level increased?
Of course I can. The thing to do at a time like this is turn my thinking around.
Blah, 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 blah.
Mr. Starbuck has no memory of it, but he claims to have carried Clay. This man with the 50% on his tank ought to be Mr. Starbuck. But if anything displayed in this oxygen tank should have shown an 80.
That means it wasn't.
That means it was the other guy carrying him. It's a clear contradiction between the report and the security footage. So what I should be asking is not why did the oxygen level increase, but what had it have happened to make it look like it increased. Am I making some kind of mistake in my base assumptions here? Here we go, yes.
Well, Mr. Justice, we're waiting.
Blah. Yes, Your Honor. I'm ready to answer. Here we go. This is why the remaining oxygen appears to have increased. They were going the other way. The victim was carrying a defendant. The tanks were damaged. Victim was carrying the defendant. Boom. What if it was the other way around, like everything is in these games?
The other way around? Would you care to explain, Mr. Justice?
As you can see, Your Honor, both men had their helmets on in this footage. But it turns out, this is where our base assumptions went astray. We assumed that it was Mr. Starbuck helping Mr. Terrain, but it was the other way around. It wasn't Mr. Starbuck helping Mr. Terrain at all. It was Mr. Terrain who was helping Mr. Starbuck to the boarding lounge.
I was what? Behold. What the fucking doodle pants? I concur. Order, Mr. Justice. What the doodle pants are you talking about? You mean to tell me that person on the right in this image is the victim of Clay Terrain?
It's the only way the riddle of that increasing oxygen level can be solved, Your Honor. At this point in time, the remaining oxygen in the victim's tank was at 50%. And when the victim was found in the boarding lounge, his tank was at 0%.
That's right. There's nothing contradictory about the oxygen level decreasing.
Blah. This means Mr. Terrain was alive as they made their escape to the lounge. Silence! Huh. How short your memory is. You've forgotten what you yourself proposed. Even if the victim was alive at this point in time. How did he descend the ladder with his arms full? Objection. Prosecutor Blackwell. You can't hurt me with a broken blade.
What? Excuse me? Hello? What? I'm the only one allowed to do sword metaphors here.
It's true that we don't know how they got down the ladder. I suppose that matter needs further investigating. We prove that Mr. Terrain was alive when he reached the boarding lounge. This fact alone shatters your claims, and opens up the possibility the victim could have been killed by a third party.
Oh my God! Right in my tit.
There were two people who claimed to be the first on the scene, but can we truly trust their statements?
Let's see. The two people were Detective Candace Arm and Yuri Cosmos, right?
Yeah, Candace Arm is fucking dead.
I think that one of them might have given a false statement to the police.
Yes, it's certainly possible. Might have to do a little more digging.
It seems we'll have to hear the testimony of these first two people on the scene.
Score!
Come to think of it, Detective Arms should be here in the corner right now. Where's that bitch? Where you at? Bailiff, could you please show Detective Arm to the stand?
Mean her lifeless body? Okay, fine.
Hold it.
Who said that?
Oh,
it's me again. I have an announcement, everyone.
what's the meaning of this? We're in the middle of a trial here. Get out of here.
Please remain calm and listen carefully. Someone has reactivated the bomb. The bomb was defused, but it's about to explode.
Splat!
Bomb now?
Oh my God! Everybody run! Fuck it out of my way, bitch! Ah!
Ah! Hey, don't push me! I don't want to die! You get out of my way! Oh no, everybody's panicking!
We're all about to die today.
Silence. Silence, everyone! It's alright. I'm gonna slice the bomb in two with my sword.
Headless chickens with a death wish, the lot of you. Calm yourselves before all else.
Come on, Apollo, let's get the shit out of here!
But what about Mr. Starbuck's dream? And who will carry out Clay's final wish? No! I'm gonna stop it with that bomb with my fucking body! Because that's how Apollo goes! I don't care what happens to me. I'm not letting some bomb blow up the truth forever.
No, not this day.
I refuse to let things end here.
Apollo, stop trying to be dramatic, you stupid idiot! If we don't get out of here, we're gonna die! Come on, this way!
Hey! Ouch! Let me go! No! No!
Apollo!
Juniper? She hasn't evacuated yet?
Eek!
No! Juniper! Are you alright?
Apollo, no! Not that way!
Fuck! Oh, shit! Oh, ball sack. That really hurt.
Dead. To be continued.
Apollo died that day. No, I didn't, you ass.
That's cool. I was off to an interesting start. I feel like there were pieces of that, though. Like, I feel like Blackwell's argument wasn't totally sound. I mean, some things came back like, okay, they did explain some things, but I also think others were like, that doesn't make any sense at all. But as long as I'm off to an interesting start, now we're getting to the investigation. And so now this is going to take place after that last trial, and I guess following Apollo as he goes about and does his own thing. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please do a like and a favorite, and subscribe for an already become a picky penguin aboard the SSLP, where the days are always sunny and the vids are always funny. And as always, guys, till next time, stay classy.